Hello, what's going on, guys? So we have Cartethyia finally here. She just came out, and let's get right into her kit and stuff. I did get her pretty early, to be honest. If you see here, so here that was Cartethyia, and 1, 2, and right after Chacona. So yeah, I was pretty lucky. I was also lucky on the weapon. I already got her really quickly. So here's the weapon, and as you can see on 3PT. So my pulls are pretty good. Hopefully yours are too. Good luck to you if you are pulling. So with that out of the way, let's get right into how you can play Cartethyia and get started to playing her. So she's a really fun character. Uh, if you already watched the kit, you might as well know how the kit works. But if you don't, not really a problem. I'll explain everything here again on the rotations and stuff. So if you see here, you have three of the sword type things here. You get 3 swords from doing different things. Before going into the ultimate, you have to do these 3 things, and then when you get the 3 swords, you absorb them. After absorbing them, you gain buffs, 3 different buffs based on all the swords that you absorb, and those are necessary. And after you absorb them, you go into the ultimate and you just do a lot of damage and a lot of stuff. That's pretty much it. Nothing really complicated. Very easy, very simple to play. So let's get right into it. Her 3 sword, one is from her basic attack chain, fourth basic attack. One sword, that's one sword, right? One is from intro / heavy attack, so you can get either from intro or from heavy attack. So here we can't really do intro because only have Cartethyia, so I'll just instead do heavy attack here. Another, you will normally do intro, and the last one is from a skill. You do skill, you will get a third sword, and after the third sword you need to do a plunge attack. If you do the plunge attack, you will absorb all of them. Basically, I didn't need to absorb any of them because you know why? Very simple, because the skill puts you into the air and makes you do a plunge attack automatically. So if you see here, the skill will put me in the air, and this is a plunge attack. So after you skill, it will automatically do the plunge attack for you. So I recommend doing the skill last so that you automatically absorb all the swords and you don't need to do another plunge attack by itself. And all those attacks, the basic attack, the intro skill, and the skill, all of those applies arrow erosion on enemies. If you see here, see it's applying arrow erosion. 2 of the arrow erosion here, one from intro skill 2 and one from basic attack as well. So yeah, after that, nothing to do. You just got 3 of the swords, then you get straight into the ultimate. So now into the ultimate, the rotation is different, depends on what you have. Let me just switch right now so that the manifest form stops. I'll explain that later. So right now we're into the ultimate, right? After the ultimate, if you have Ciaccona in your team, you don't need to switch back to Cartethyia at all. You just do normal combos, basically smash the basic attack and skill, if you want simple version. But if you don't have Ciaccona, you will have to swap out one time to apply some arrow erosion for more damage, because her kit has a buff here that gives you more final damage based on how much arrow erosion you got. So here, if you have 5 stacks of arrow erosion, you will have 20% amplified damage up to 5 stacks. So 100% arrow erosion, 100% damage multiplier. So that is, so yeah. So you need around 5 arrow erosion stacks. So you will need to swap out from Fertilist to Cartethyia one time for this if you don't have Ciaccona in your team. So yeah. So basically, let's go straight back. So let's say after doing the ultimate, you do one skill, air combo, then do another skill because you have 2 skills. Then just keep doing basic attack chains. Keep doing basic attacks, maybe do a heavy attack here and there. And when you reach the full ultimate, finish it with an ultimate. Very simple. And after you do the ultimate, you will have full concert energy. Then do the echo and swap out of her and go into the next character, like the support characters, and rotate back and do the exact same thing. So after you rotate back, you will do an intro skill. Here I also the intro skill as a heavy attack. So you do the intro skill, you do basic attack to gain another sword, then do the skill, then absorb them with a plunge attack, and by that you will have full energy. Right now I only have Cartethyia, so I don't have full energy. So let me just get the energy quickly. So here after the combo, you will get the full energy. You go into the ultimate again. You do a skill, you do 1 2 basic attack, then do the last skill, you do one more basic attack, finish it into a heavy attack, finish it, and then get the ultimate and finish it. Now I'll show you what combo you do on the ultimate if you don't have Ciaccona in your team. So again, intro skill, I did the skill early, but I am supposed to do the basic attack before. Okay, here I got it. Let me get the ultimate now. I wish they gave full team on these trials, but yeah. So right now I have it. You do the ultimate. You do the same thing, air combos, and finish it with a skill. And after doing that, you swap out. You basically do this and apply arrow erosion and swap back to her and finish it. Very simple. So the gist of it is, if you don't have Ciaccona, you will need to swap out one time and do her basic attack chain and skill one time. That's pretty much it. But if you have Ciaccona, you don't need to worry about that. So you'll apply more than enough arrow erosion on the enemy, so you can just keep going without any time waste. So I like this thing about this character, because if you don't have a different 5-star, you can make up for it by just spending a tiny bit more time, like 3 to 4 seconds more time on her, which is understandable if you don't have an entire 5-star. So that's pretty nice, right? So yeah, if you understood that, that's pretty nice. If you didn't understand anything, let me know in the comments. So with that, let's get into her build and stuff. Pretty easy. I already said this in my last video explaining her weapon and stuff and her kit, but should be simple. So if you go here, there is a new set, right? I don't really have the set right now, but I just got right. So yeah, so the set is, this is the new set. Of course, this is gonna be the best in slot for her. 10% arrow damage bonus and 10% crit rate with 30% arrow damage bonus when you have arrow erosion on the enemy, which is pretty easy. That's that. And you will need 44111 on this. So this 4 cost, which is the Fraudulous one, and the new 4 cost, that's the new hologram coming. It's not really the hologram, but it's a nightmare version, so you will need to explore this area for this, and some 1 cost. So you need 44111, these 2, and 111. For the main stats and substats, you will need 1 crit rate, 1 crit damage for 4/4, or maybe both crit rate, both crit damage if you have enough crit rate from subs. And yeah, here you will use the sword. I don't have on the right set here. This is the old set. I will need to farm again, but I will need this one on the main cost. Second one will be the new 4 cost, the new hologram one, that nightmare version. You will need to explore. And the three of the below ones will be HP main stat. As for substats, your priority will be, just let me go here. So your main priority is crit rate, crit damage, of course, right? Then third priority, HP percent. After that, wait, hold up. Yeah, after that you will need basic attack damage bonus, then energy regen. That's the order. Crit damage, crit rate first, HP, after that basic attack, then energy regen. You don't need any other stat here, right? So again, crit, HP, and on the substats you need crit rate, crit damage, HP, basic attack, and energy regen. That's pretty much it. As for the weapons, of course, this is the best in slot. It has 72.2% HP and 12% extra max HP on top of that. It has intro skill and basic attack, ignore 8% of defense. It has, when targets have 1 stack of arrow erosion, damage taken is increased by extra 20%, which is pretty nice. Second options are surprisingly this one. I'm not really surprised, because see, it does have a lot of basic attack damage. This is the second best option. Camellia signature sword. If you have this one, you can use this one. Another option is the Emerald of Genesis, good crit stat, and a good energy regen, so you don't need to build any energy regen on her, which is pretty nice. The skill damage bonus doesn't really help, but it's pretty nice. Okay, it's not skill damage bonus, it's the attack. The attack doesn't have, she does not scale with attack. But yeah, these two are the second best options if you are fully like wondering what you want. But yeah, don't really have a lot more options. This is the best one, and other two being a lot behind as well. So because this is the first HP scaling character, right? So with that, let's get into the team section real quick. So yeah, your best team is gonna be this one. This is going to be your best team. Kajona, of course, they applies a lot of arrow erosion, so he's pretty nice. Arrow rover heals and has some arrow damage amplification and stuff, arrow erosion amplification and all that stuff. Arrow rover is gonna be her best team. So another team you can use is this one if you don't want to use arrow rover, or you want to have a spectro rover on like a zani team or something. You can use this one. If you don't have Kachona, you will need to use arrow rover, of course. So a team like this could also work. You will need to swap out a little bit, but yeah, that's about it. You can also use her with Phoebe, and you can also use her with sorry, not Yanwu, this character Alto, because this character has an outro skill that gives arrow damage bonus. The incoming resonator has their arrow damage amplified by 23% for 14 seconds or until the switched out. He also works if you want. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. If you have this or this, use these. If you don't have them, use something like this and it will work. You will need to swap out if you don't have Kachona, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, with that, this team, hopefully you understand the team section too, and let me know what you'll think if you understood everything I talked about. If you want more detail about her kit, like what she does and how her kit works, check out my previous videos. But yeah, and with that, I'll see you on the next one. Let me know what you will think in the comments. Peace.